Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay Glatfelter from Geek Dad Life.
And I'm Dan Larson from Secret Galaxy.
And we're here to dive into your favorite toy lines 1 year at a time. And we have arrived at the fulcrum point, the pivotal year that destroyed the hearts of many young Transformers fans. 1986.
I mean, I don't think you're not overstating it. I don't think that's hyperbolic.
I think that's true. But I feel like
no, it's not. I think if you really did a survey of people who lived through it, that this is a point where people bailed and new people came in. I think this is the first point of sort of detachment from the franchise.
Yeah. And it's almost like, and if people don't know, I'd be shocked if you didn't know, but of course, this is the movie year, and famously, the 1986 movie killed all of the characters that we have just covered in the first 2 episodes of the series, and started over with all new characters.
Reboot, man, yeah.
And cynically, it's just like they wanted to make new toys, right, and to sell new toys, refresh the line or whatever, but never before and never since has the canon, or at least all the characters, been wiped out, like, because they've been killed, right? Like,
right, yes. We're just talking exclusively about Transformers,
but I'm thinking of like other shows that are like, okay, let's kill everybody.
Yeah. No, there was no like season 4 of the Ninja Turtles. They just, you got 4 new turtles, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, Leonardo, time to go.
Yeah, exactly. Shredder finally just chopped them all up.
I just remember, I was kind of I didn't see this in theaters. I was like 1 years old when this movie came out, but I think. But I watched the cartoon show, and I watched it later. I think my friend had it on tape, and we watched it. And I don't even think, for me, I processed it as like what had happened. Because, just right away, characters that I really love were getting killed on screen. And of course, it leads up to Optimus Prime's death and Megatron's transition into Galvatron. But again, I never registered it. I was like, oh, okay, it's just like a weird what if movie. Like, that's not real or whatever. Because I didn't have a sense of, the toys have completely changed to these new characters or whatever. But I'm really fascinated to understand like your perspective.
Well, so yeah, I was just about to say those exact same words. I'm fascinated to understand your perspective. Because when you come in at the point where you have an understanding of what the mythology is, that's all in the past. It's already happened. So if you're sitting here and saying to me right now, oh, I loved Ironhide, I loved Prowl, you gushed about Prowl.
Yeah.
2 episodes ago, like you couldn't stop talking about Prowl. All right, Jay, we get it. You like Prowl. Or it wasn't Prowl, it was Jazz.
Jazz, exactly. Jazz, my guy.
So, but like that's already done. Optimus Prime's already dead. So
I know.
You liked Optimus Prime, but he was already gone.
But the thing is, like, I'm watching I guess reruns on TV, right? Like, they're just on TV. And so, like, even if I go watch this movie on tape, like, Jazz will still be on the cartoon that I'm seeing on TV. Because these things aren't going chronologically or whatever. Or maybe they were, but by the time I'm watching them, they're not.
Yeah.
So, like, and again, those toys were way too expensive for my parents to get for me at the age that I was. At least the higher level ones. I was getting the little mini Transformers. So, like, it didn't register to me as these characters that I love are dead. It was just like, whoa, this is a weird movie. And then it wasn't until like I got back into Transformers in the early 2000s that I was like, oh wow, I didn't connect that this movie meant that all of those toys were done. And now you can only buy these new toys, and the cartoon, like, that's the end of those characters, and now you're starting with new characters. It didn't hit me that way as a kid.
Yeah, no, say I lived through that. It's weird because I was never a diehard like Transformers guy.
Okay.
I definitely was more engaged in the daily G.I. Joe cartoon than I was Transformers. It was a double feature every day. It was Transformers and G.I. Joe, and I watched both, but I was definitely more invested in G.I. Joe. And so the G.I. Joe 5-part miniseries that was going to be a theatrical release that they chopped up and put on TV, I think that one would have even hit me harder if it had been in theaters and they had gone through with like, no, Duke's dead, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's not just in a coma, he's actually dead.
Well, and you know this better than me, but like, wasn't he going to die? And they saw how bad the Transformers thing went, so they like retconned it, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. It's a audio. It's Doc off camera. Hey guys, calling in to let you know Duke's gonna be fine. You know, literally, like they just added that line of dialogue. And again, that was post Transformers, so I'm already living in a dark world. You know, like listening to The Cure
so
and like.
Did you see the Transformers movie in theaters?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely, I did.
That's what okay. So but you weren't. Did it not hit you as hard because you weren't as big of a Transformers buff?
It was still pretty shocking because you know, Optimus Prime. I mean, 84. I'm 8 years old. You know, so you're still pretty young, and you don't know how the world works and how adults make decisions and do things, and so. I distinctly remember the shock of the adult language. You know, damn, all that stuff. You know, and you're so conditioned at that point to everything's going to be fine at the end of 22 minutes. That the movie was just absolutely breaking the rules. You know, and so you really did get a sense pretty quick, like, you know, this is real. But until the end of the movie, you still think there's a chance, right? Like these people, they're going to come back. They're not going to kill Optimus Prime. He's Optimus Prime, and Optimus Prime hits that like cartoon dad thing, right?
Absolutely.
Like you can't kill cartoon dad. But you kill Superman, you know, you're gonna kill Batman. What are you gonna do? So it was, you know, in retrospect, I respect it now. The decision to do that, I think, is pretty bold from a business standpoint. Yeah, you need to get new toys out there. I totally understand that. You got to refresh it. Those 2 years of cartoon and toys and whatever, 84, 85, it feels like it was an eternity. And I think even today, toy companies will say, if you get 3-4 waves deep in a line, that's a success.
Absolutely.
And, you know, based on the shows that we have covered on our channel, you know, one round of 65 episodes so that you can be in daily syndication. That's it. You're done. That's the goal. And you just rerun those forever and you go try make a new show that could get to 65 episodes to run in daily syndication. That's the business model. So as far as Hasbro was concerned, as far as Marvel was concerned, they did everything they wanted to do. That had already lasted longer than they could have possibly hoped it would last. And so that movie is just a way to say, can we essentially create a new show, you know, and a completely new toy line to get another 4 or 5 waves deep into this thing, do the same thing in, you know, 3 years out. But as a kid, it's shocking because it breaks the rules. And you've been so conditioned by those daily episodes. Everything's going to be fine. The good guys are always going to win. And, you know, nothing is permanent.
No, it's wild. You know, it's did they just assume kids had grown up so they were more mature?
I think that's part of it. Yeah.
But it's wild because it's only 3 years in.
Instead of being 8, I was 10.
Yeah, exactly.
He's ready for his first death. Let's bring it on. He's probably lost an uncle or a grandma or something, you know. Definitely a dog at this point.
Because it's just wild that was because it's so much heavier, it's so much more moodier. Even like the opening sequence of Unicron like massacring an entire planet, and they let you get to know the little robots on this planet, and then you're just getting sucked into this other.
Chew them up. Digest them. They're gone.
It's insane. It is insane. And it's just, to me, it's so wild. But I agree. I do think, you know, in retrospect, especially in a world now where, and we've talked about it on the show in a while, just because so many of these properties that we've covered on the podcast are, you know, now these evergreen, will never die, always being rebooted, regurgitated.
It's like Optimus's thing now that he dies and comes back. He's the Jesus of Transformers.
Yes, exactly. And so it's almost, looking back, it's kind of refreshing, like, cool, let the old ways die. Let's bring in something new. Let's change it up a little bit. I'm very much I'm on the side of The Last Jedi, just, you know, down with the old ways, do something different. And so I
let the past die, kill it if you have to.
Exactly.
I remember walking out of that theater and just thinking like, right. It's
Did you go by yourself or did you go with your parents?
Oh
or
no,
friends?
yeah, I was 10 years old.
I went to the movies by myself when I was 10.
No.
Yeah.
Well, didn't your mom work at the mall or something?
But
There
even
was a
even
movie theater in the
before that,
mall?
like, I was a latchkey kid. My mom would just drop me off at any mall, and I'd go
Oh,
to the
no,
movie.
no, that's well, first of all, our closest mall was like 45 minutes away,
Oh,
so
no.
that wasn't an option.
In San
If
Diego,
she was dropping me 45 minutes away, it was like, maybe don't come home. Trying to lose you here.
Well, luckily in San Diego, there was a mall every, like, 10 minutes. Plus, there was a movie theater. Like, during the summer, there was a movie theater that I think was, like, in Santee. I think it was in Santee, which is, like, East County, San Diego. Probably, like, 20 minutes from where we were for Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
And during the summer, they had movies for, like, 75 cents or something. And so, like, all summer, and it was 2 of my cousins and me, they would just drop us off, and then we just watch movies all day. Like, it'd
That's
be
awesome.
at least 3 movies for 75 cents, but they were, like, last year's movies or whatever.
Yeah, still.
It was great. It was the best, and there was a bowling alley next to it, so then afterwards, we'd go bowling.
I'm sure they had an arcade.
Oh, well, yeah, it's a bowling, so it had an
Yeah,
arcade
course,
there.
yeah.
Like, it was perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, and they had laser tag. There was laser tag the next thing over. Like, it was the best. But
sounds like a nice place to just die. Just go there and just die. This is it.
I mean, back in that, back then in the 90s, I guess it was fine.
7. No, all it's missing is a toy section. But yeah, no, it was absolutely shocking. Killing off Optimus, changing Megatron, changing all of the core characters. I mean, Starscream dies, Prowl dies, Ironhide dies, like everybody dies. Very little of those characters that you become familiar with on a daily basis carry over.
Yeah,
and it was shocking.
No,
and I remember, we'll get into it here in a minute or two. Seeing those figures on the shelves and thinking, well, yeah, of course those new characters are out there. That's how this works. New characters show up on the cartoon thing, and then you see them in the store and you pick them up and whatever. But it also felt like a distinct aesthetic shift away from what I was familiar with.
Yes, it definitely has a different feel. We'll get into some of these figures. It definitely has a different look. But these were the first figures that were designed specifically for Transformers, right? Like, it's when we started getting away from.
That's when this starts. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So definitely has a different feel and vibe a little bit. And then it's in season 3 of the cartoon. Yeah, it says here in Allison's research that by the end of it, you had a 2-part miniseries featuring the return of Optimus Prime. Did you experience that event live or never? Okay, all right.
No, I would have to go back and check to see what our actual TV listings look like to see if it was still running. But the movie really, as far as I can remember, that was it for me. I was like, all right, well, all my guys are gone, so I guess I'm not watching the show anymore because I don't care about these new characters, So I wasn't watching when that, Optimus Prime returns thing, all that happened.
Yeah.
I had already checked out.
Yeah. Fascinating.
No.
It's wild. It's wild. And for everybody here watching or listening to this show, you haven't seen that movie yet, put it on. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's just on YouTube.
Yeah, probably. All right. Well, let's jump into these toys. There is a crap ton of them, so let's not waste any more time.
We're gonna move fast, I think, because I was looking at this list just now and I was like, I didn't have a lot of these.
We're just gonna give our humble opinions, even if we don't have them or haven't. Yeah, no. Well, the first one, I think we all remember Blur from the movie. I honestly, I hate the design of this toy, but I loved Blur as a character. Just fast talking, kind of going a little.
Yeah, it was John Machida, I think his name is. He was the Micro Machines guy.
Yes.
So he was already, that his voice, his cadence, that was already very familiar to kids. So they would have been able to pick out his voice on screen. It's the Micro Machines guy.
But a lot of the designs from the movie, because it's set in the future, right? Isn't it like 2001 or 2010? What's the movie set in? It's in the 2000s.
It's I think it's 2005.
Is it 2005? Okay. I just remember it was supposed to be in the future. So at least to my mind, it made sense that we'd have some more futuristic designs or whatever. But this is definitely representative of the general aesthetic of a lot of the vehicles. We know that you didn't continue on, but just looking at it now, does this move you at all? This aesthetic?
I get it in terms of the the world of Transformers and having that sort of Cybertronian aesthetic for stuff, but it didn't really connect with me as a kid. I remember seeing this toy in the stores and having no interest in purchasing it. Thought it was neat just from a strictly toy perspective, but was definitely not something that I felt like I needed to own. And the character from the movie didn't really. It wasn't like, oh, that guy's so cool, I need to have a toy version of him. And I actually just checked real quick here. Micro Machines, according to Wikipedia, started in '87, but I am positive he was already out there. Maybe he was just doing other commercials and they hadn't done Micro Machines yet.
Yeah, he did. He was a FedEx guy too.
FedEx,
Didn't he? FedEx commercial.
yep.
But yeah, even just the art for this character is just, it's not the most compelling. It doesn't have as much uniqueness to it. Just kind of
and at the time, so much of the appeal for me was that they turned into real things, and it's always felt like kind of a cheat to me when they don't turn into real things, because you could just, it doesn't even matter. Like, you're not trying to get them into a specific shape.
Exactly.
You just make them whatever shape they happen to fold into. Like, slap a couple of wings on it and say it's a ship. Who cares? Like,
what? That's probably a good exercise to have. Like, what are vehicles from the later '80s that should have had a transformer, that we didn't get, that maybe better fit,
Sure.
We never got a DeLorean. That would have been dope.
I mean, there's one now.
Yeah,
but there definitely wasn't one back then. Yeah, maybe we'll get a missing link version of the DeLorean.
Yeah, or a Ford Escort GT, or
even things like the airplanes, Starscream, the Seekers are all F-15 Eagles, which was a relatively new aircraft at the time. The Air Force was using it, militaries all over the world were using it. But like the F-14, from Top Gun, there's a GoBot that gets an F-14, but there's no Transformer that I can think of right now in that era at the time that had a, there's been stuff since. Even the F-18, I'm speaking as a aviation guy, like, here's all the jets I wanted to see,
What about the F-19? That's the one I was really kind of.
No such thing as an F-19, Jay. Come on.
Idiot. No, but I think, I get probably Hasbro's like, we want kind of our own, things that are our IP all the way through.
Cut that licensing fee right out of there. Yeah.
Exactly. But to your point, like, that's one of the big appeals, is it's transforming, and even if it's like generic, it's going to be exactly the same. To me, the coolest one here is Hot Rod and Rodimus Prime.
We'll talk about him in a minute.
We'll get to
he's 2 figures away. Let's move on to Broadside.
Yeah, let's go. Let's keep going here to old Broadside, everyone's favorite.
Now, technically, based on real things.
So I had this one
same
as a kid, because there's just nothing cooler than a aircraft carrier to a kid.
Yeah.
And that's timeless. My kids too. Like, whenever we go to San Diego, to get all the aircraft carriers there, it's just like, it is the coolest freaking thing.
Yeah. Look, my dad was in the Navy. He was living on an aircraft carrier at the time. So I was intimately aware of what carriers were, what they did, all of that stuff. Where Top Gun is still very, very fresh. I am Maverick. Just my whole brain is obsessed with pilots and aircraft carriers and the Navy and all of that stuff. And so to have a toy come out that was a triple changer, that was robot, aircraft carrier, jet, I am all in.
Yep.
And this toy sucked. It's just like, we're just talking about, I think you could probably make an argument that is vaguely F-18 coded ish, kind of the design, but it's not. It's some kind of clown nosed, I don't know, novelty like thing. Aircraft is not good. And like,
still sticking out.
His arms are still sticking out. I did, as a kid, I always loved the translucent blue, like the cockpit kind of, pops in and out.
I loved that.
But it is so absolutely disappointing as a representation of what it's supposed to be. The aircraft carrier, does it look like an aircraft carrier? Yeah. How hard is it to make an aircraft carrier? It's just a brick.
Table. Yeah.
It's just a brick. And size wise, like, okay, fine. I'll go along with the idea that Megatron can be a 12-foot robot or a tiny little Walther P-38.
Sure.
Fine. Soundwave is a 12-foot robot and also a tabletop, mini cassette deck. Is this jet the size of an aircraft carrier? Is this a 1-1 scale thing? Are we talking about Broadside turns into a toy of an aircraft carrier and a toy of an airplane? I don't know.
Yeah.
But and again, this is where I was at with Transformers. This feels very late in the line to me.
Sure. Yeah.
It's not, but it feels that way to me.
No, I get it. And there is something to like, I wish it was kind of Metroplex size, because then you could have done like little mini transforming planes that could have landed on it or something like that.
Well, yeah, later on there's like, what is it, Tidal Wave? And there's another one, the Mold Mate. I can't remember what the names are. But those are Titan class, those are giant things. And yeah, that makes more sense for an aircraft carrier. Like, I don't know that I even need it to turn into an airplane, be a triple changer.
Exactly.
Unless it was gonna be like a spaceship or whatever. But
or it turns into, what's the flying aircraft carriers from the
helicarrier from Avengers. Yeah. So underwhelming. Excited, like absolutely Dan Larson coded for 1986.
Yeah,
should have been. And I bought it and just like, look at that robot.
It's robot mode.
It's just the boat standing up. It's terrible.
Like my case last week was talking about like just no legs. Like, this does not have defined legs.
No,
at all.
No, it's not good.
It's just one big smock and then little feet.
So disappointing. All the deco on him is just 2 stickers on his legs there.
Oh man. All right, let's keep going to Hot Rod.
All right, here's Hot Rod. Yeah.
I had Hot Rod. I did not get him brand new. I think I got him hand me down a year or two later. A cousin or somebody gave him to me. But I thought Hot Rod was the coolest freaking thing ever. It was so cool. It seemed like a real car or something.
Yeah. So did you see the toy before you saw him in the movie or on the cartoon, or did you see the cartoon?
So I definitely saw the toy before the cartoon. Definitely. Okay. Because like this color scheme is like seared into my brain at a level that is probably unhealthy. But to me, just the little flames, these flames up here, the chromed engine, and then the chromed tailpipes or whatever, side pipes. I just thought it was I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. I remember I saw the movie, and so I knew who he was. And he gets a bum rap, just like Lando, right? Like, people still haven't forgiven Lando for betraying Luke and Han and everybody and all that stuff. And it's like, you gotta get over that. And yeah,
wait, Hot Rod's still really not forgive Lando?
I don't know. Maybe I haven't really truly forgiven him. I don't know. But Hot Rod's the same.
Solo, I feel like you have a much better understanding of the whole situation.
Hey, look, he was in a tough situation. He made the right call for himself, the people who lived on Cloud City and his business and all that stuff. He doesn't know who Luke Skywalker is. Of course he's gonna. Anyway, that's a different podcast. We'll get into that some other time. But Hot Rod's the same way, right? Like, it's like he had one moment where he was trying to help.
Yep.
And then it just happened to result in Optimus Prime's death. And so, he gets blamed and then ends up usurping, Optimus Prime.
That's tough.
So it is a tough call. But
go ahead.
My relationship with this figure and this character is I really, really, really didn't like that turn towards things that weren't real. And so at the time, combine this with what happened in the movie, and I was like, sorry, you're not going to push this new market tested, focus group approved, new cool leader guy in my face. It's not happening. And so for years I was just like, nah, I don't care about Hot Rod. Come back around, get a little older, let some distance, time heals all wounds. And now he's one of my favorites. I absolutely love the car design. It is such an absolutely cool, like you just said, the chromed engine, the flames, those chrome pipes down the side, the giant, ridiculous yellow wing on the back. I love it.
And it's a great car too. Like, just memories of just
cool, like, fantasy car. It's right in there with Psycho, the Super GoBot Psycho from that whole thing. The canopy that opens cockpit style, is fit a guy in there. It's so cool. And then he's got the big wing, the yellow wing on his back when he's in robot mode, and the pipe guns on his arms. And
the transformation, into robot. The robot mode, I think, is phenomenal. And his little metal feet. The arms, you know, articulate well for the era. Yeah, I think he's really slick. But I think to your point, this isn't the guy you make your leader.
Why?
Because he's too cool to be a leader. And again, I love the Winnebago van. I love it so much. But this has no this guy has no business turning into this guy. And there's something to your point about Optimus, about I don't know why a semi truck or a tractor trailer just feels more fatherly.
Yeah, this is like that. So you're holding, for those people that can't see, you're holding Rodimus Prime.
Yes.
G1 Rodimus Prime in your hand.
Yeah.
Which is cool uncle. If Optimus Prime is dad, Rodimus is cool uncle.
That's exactly it.
He's still single. He can look. I can throw a football over that mountain. Like,
yes, that's
Uncle
it.
Rico.
Uncle Rico.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
He's still living in high school. He's never
still living in the camper van.
Never let it go. Totally. Yeah. But like, you know, with distance, with time, I appreciate that, you know, from a mythology standpoint, they said, well, what is the next phase? What does the next chapter of this mythology look like? At some point, Optimus Prime replaced the guy that came before him.
Sure.
He's, you know, I don't think Orion Pax, he might have been a thing at that point. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't really paying attention that close attention to the cartoon. I don't know when they introduced that actual piece of the mythology, but at some point he was Orion Pax and some other guy was the, you know, the Matrix holder. And so this is the succession, and 2-3 years from now, maybe we see who takes over from, you know, Hot Rod as Rodimus. And so I think that is actually interesting as an adult. As a kid, I was like, nah, get this. No way.
But no, I really dig Hot Rod. He's really cool. All right, let's go to the cranky old man cup. And he looks like a cranky old robot that works out great.
Might be one of the worst Transformers. Might be one of the worst toys ever for Transformers. It's bad. It's not good.
What's wrong? What's wrong with this?
It's not a good robot mode. It's just not a good vehicle mode. It doesn't turn into anything that looks like anything. It literally looks like there's half of this thing missing. Like Ironhide. Like if you bought Ironhide and it was just the part with the wheels and not that little battle sled thing, that's what this looks like. This looks like it's missing half of the toy.
Yeah, agreed.
And always did.
And even to my little kid mind, I was like, oh, how is that supposed to be a truck? I don't understand.
Yeah, is it a shoe? What is that? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's dumb. Again, it just
when you if you're going from a kid who saw Porsches, Countages, and Volkswagens, and for you know the bumpy and stuff. I was thinking of Bug Bite from Super GoBots. You know, all that
240Zs, like
all that to what? Like this feels like a cheat. This feels like they're you know just don't even want to try anymore.
It is very much like, I mean, it's not as bad, but the building transformer in Beg or whatever,
right? Yeah. Is that it? I don't get it. Yeah,
I don't get it. But what's wild is you have Hot Rod, which I think is a cool looking car.
Yeah.
And it's like they put all their time effort into one vehicle.
I cannot fault the designers at whoever came up with this, whether it was Takara or Hasbro, I don't know, saying what would a rusty old pickup truck look like on Cybertron. And they came up with this. That's fine. I get that. Just in practice, in execution, it's not good. It's not interesting.
No good. All right, let's go to Metroplex. A kind of the first stab at the city. That's also a Transformer kind of guy. Didn't have one as a kid. I have one now. I think he's complete.
Yeah, he still falls into the pre-existing thing from Takara.
Correct. Have you I'm assuming probably owned one in your dealer?
I have owned one since. I did not have one as a kid. I didn't even know anybody who had this thing.
Yeah. But like with your grown-up you know, through your grown-up eyes, like objectively, do you like this one out of all?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. Obviously, scale becomes an issue if you're trying to convince me that that's a city or even a battle station of some kind. You kind of have to limit who it can play with, you know, like. And I know that even today, we keep trying to push the boundaries of how big you can make and sell a Metroplex. There was that one like third party one recently that was like $1,000 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It was just like 4 feet tall or something. But even that, it's like that's not even big enough.
Exactly.
You know, the ones I've seen online where it's like the customizer takes, you know, a bookshelf, right, or like a dresser or something, and turns that into like add arms, put a head on it, and now it becomes like Transformer toy storage or whatever. It's like, okay, now we're in the right sort of range of scale of how big this thing should be. But it's neat, just on its surface as an object, as a interesting toy. It's a very interesting toy.
And I dig the robot mode. It's kind of just a big brick, but it's pretty solid. It's not like Devastator where you can't really move it if you're gonna break it or something. Like,
oh yeah, no, this thing is solid. Yeah,
yeah.
This stands up to play.
Yep. So I dig that. And then the pack-in, it has a couple pack-in. I don't know if it's here, but it's the
yeah, you got a couple little friends.
Yeah, I don't know if they're on here though. Maybe there's somewhere else. But maybe we got in the picture, maybe it's there. But yeah, the couple of little vehicles that it comes with are cool as well. But for me, as it's kind of, again, I didn't have it as a kid, but I had mostly just the little mini Transformers. Like, I love it from that perspective. It is kind of, you know, like a Micro Machine city for your mini Transformers. And so that I really dig about it. So if I had it as a kid, I think I would have loved the hell out of it.
Yeah, and it's a neat concept. I really do think it's an interesting concept as far as a different kind of play pattern with those toys, completely different from everything that had come out before it, and is more interesting by the addition of similar kinds of toys, which I think are in this year.
Yeah. But yeah, I think he came with a tank and a little black car.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Let's keep moving on to our Funkle, Rodimus Prime. Even his face, he's kind of a grumpy old man. A grumpy man.
I used to be cool, and then they changed what cool was.
Should have put me in that final game.
Yeah,
we went to full state or whatever that year.
Did I ever tell you about the time I beat Galvatron? Here I was in the darkness, our darkest hour, inside Unicron's belly.
All right, Uncle Rod.
So you have the touch.
Yeah. So I didn't have this as a kid. I have one now. I need to get a replacement sticker for the front of him here. But I've always liked the vehicle mode as a hot rod Winnebago. I do not like the robot mode. I'd much rather look at
it just looks like a taller hot rod is all it looks like. Yeah.
And the proportions just not as cool.
No.
But he does come, you know, battle station a la, you know, Optimus Prime
or Ironhide, yeah.
Yep. And then, you know, you've got the full Winnebago mode. And so Dan, what's your thoughts on vehicle mode for
I love the concept of the whole thing. I love the idea that, you know, anybody who's found worthy by the Matrix to become a Prime becomes, you know, I don't know, it's like the evolution, you know, like you become if you're a car, you become a
Blastoise.
Yeah, if you're a car, you become a truck.
Sure.
Like, I don't know how else that would have worked with other you know, kinds of what if Power Glide, you know, what does an airplane become? Does it become a bigger airplane? What is the truck version of a jet fighter, you know? Like,
great question.
You know, yeah. So like
I would guess one of those big like cargo airplanes.
Yeah, you become a big cargo C-130 or a C-5 or something, right? Yeah, like I don't know. Like if Sea Spray gets it, does he become a battleship, you know? Like I don't know, or oil tanker.
Yeah.
So I love that idea that it directly applies. Like hot rod becomes a truck. Like it's written into the Matrix. Like, sorry, you're a truck now.
But is it a little and we'll get to Ultra Magnus, but like, should it have been a car carrier? Because it's not big enough to carry any cars in it, like Optimus kind of was.
No, but the assumption is that Optimus also had some sort of truckish kind of thing in his
DNA.
or wasn't as cool of a car. When you're starting from cool superhero space car, you got to turn into a cool superhero space caravan, or something. Like there has to be that sort of that part has to carry on.
That's fair. But I love this Winnebago design.
Yeah, it's a cool. It really does, to me, honestly, look more like it just launches Hot Rod out the front.
Yeah.
As far as a toy is concerned.
No, I agree. And it kind of like has anybody like recreated this as a real car? I'd be curious to see what it looked like in real life.
I don't know.
Be pretty slick. All right, let's keep going here. Let's go to old Sandstorm. Which again, triple changer, right? I don't like it.
No, I don't either.
This is kind of bad. Like, I guess it's a
car.
It's a car, but in car,
it's like a dune buggy.
Sure, but then why have the little propeller still sticking out of here?
I don't know.
That just looks like trash. That's garbage. And the helicopter is like the mode they clearly started with. That's pretty solid.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Compared to the vehicle mode.
Yeah, it's not. It's no Blitzwing. It's no Astro Train. No. It does not feel as finished and as complete as those previous. And so now we got two brand new triple changers, Broadside and Sandstorm. And they're both, in my opinion, significant downgrade from Blitzwing and Astro Train.
Yeah. Do you feel like there was some type of like rushing that goes with this, or because Takara made these still, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know the exact details behind which ones were made by people who had worked on those initial couple waves of toys.
Sure.
How much input Hasbro had, how much lead time they had to get these things made.
Is there something to like the ones that we got in 84 and 85? They were already made 5 years before or something, right? Like I don't know.
I don't know exact timing on those triple changers, especially like the car stuff, that wave one Optimus Megatron.
Like when did that hit Japan as like separate toy lines or whatever?
Yeah, it's a couple years before. At most, I mean, like 2 years.
Okay, so it's not like forever. I wonder if there's like something of just like by the time it gets to where they have to make new ones, like the people that were making them, they've already moved on to something else. So they got to get like new guys in there.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. Yeah, I don't even want to speculate. I really don't know. It just taking them at face value, to me, there seems to be a significant drop off.
Yeah, exactly. Just a bit of a lost art to it. Skylynx, a freaking like dinosaur.
He's like a griffin kind of thing, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe
that is also a space shuttle. I've never owned one of these. I have always appreciated them. I love the color scheme. It's very Ultra Magnus coated, and I love that color scheme. But it also has this like chrome gold,
gold chrome,
and I've always been a fan. I've just never owned one. What's your Skylynx thoughts?
Didn't have it as a kid. I knew one person who had it, and it was really, really neat. It was big, it was complex, it was motorized, and the bird looks pretty good, the Lynx looks pretty good, and the combined mode looks pretty good.
Yep. The Lynx, I love this little line face here, and it's
the gold chrome face. Yep. It's a pretty neat toy. It's from that perspective. I don't know what role it or if it played a role in the show at all, but definitely one of those iconic early. It's funny, like this to me feels early.
Yes,
where Broadside to me feels late.
Yep.
I don't know why,
but it is very much like there's just some in here that we've even seen so far. Like, God, this is a swing and a miss, and it's like, okay, this is like a transformer, Yeah. And I've always loved, like, in just going to toy shows forever. Always love this art. I just think it really pops.
I was just about to say he looks so happy. Skylynx looks so happy on that box art, and this is an interesting one because this falls more into that category of like Ravage, Laserbeak. Like it's an animal. This isn't a guy.
Sure.
Like So I don't really know the story behind, you know, was it somebody's pet? Like, is it some weird space anomaly? Like, you know,
Mhm.
just a creature out there? Like, I don't really know. Is it sentient? Does it talk? I don't know. I
No,
literally
is there a
don't know.
bio card we can read
I
about
don't know.
real
Yeah, I'm
quick?
sure. I'm sure Chris McFeely has a video all about it. Everything we need to know.
Alright, so he's a powerful fighter, self-centered and boastful, fearless, daring, believes himself to be superior to many of his fellow Autobots, resistant and steel reinforced hull can withstand enemy bombardment and extreme temperature variations. So yeah, I guess that's him.
Interesting.
But he's cool. I dig him. Lieutenant Commander. Whatever that means.
Okay.
But I've always appreciated his look. All right, next up we got Springer.
Another triple changer. But this one to me feels like it fits with Astro Train and Blitzwing.
It's
It is
much better.
more complete. There's more going on there. It's a more complex thing.
He has legs that are separate from, you know,
Got elbows.
They got elbows, got articulation. I also love the green, the different greens.
Yeah.
The colors look really cool.
Yeah, and that's you know, if we're talking about space cars and, you know, cars that don't actually exist and whatever, that's a fine passable space car and a passable space helicopter.
But what I think makes it, if you're a space car, I want some kind of big ass jet engine on the back of the thing. It's gonna make it go really fast, and it does that. Like I need that. That's a you know, deal breaker if you don't have it.
That said, it does feel like a cheat, and subsequent Springers have used the same kind of cheat where the sort of front half of the car is the same as the front half of the helicopter. You know, you just move a couple of bits, a little bit of that kibble to the back, and it's like now it's a car. Move to the front, now it's a helicopter.
Yeah. But in fairness, like was it Switchblade? It's not too dissimilar. It's just wings and then
Sure.
Yeah. But no, I get it. I totally get it. But still, as compared to the other ones that we've gotten so far this year, pretty good. All right, next up, we got my guy, Ultra Magnus. And again, I know a lot of people dump on Ultra Magnus, and I get in the movie, he's kind of the worst. Okay. Totally
I mean, look, I'll at least give him credit for being voiced by Robert Stack.
Oh, hell yeah. Exactly. But for me, I just have always loved this toy. Did not have it as a kid. But once I got one, which is when I first got back into Transformers in the early 2000s, I just have always appreciated his look. And again, just so anytime like it's been a color variation of just the Optimus Prime truck, I'm always down. And I've always loved, and I have him here. I'll stop sharing. Here we go. But I love this color scheme. I think it's just so cool. Where it's just like all, there you go, focus. All white, but just the red eyes and the light blue. I always just thought it looked so cool. And then you take that and you like shove it into the thing and he turns into an even bigger robot. I just thought it was really neat and I really dug the look. Even though as far as I understand, this was just another like, you know, convoy, you know, another Optimus Prime or something, like a variant. But the fact that you could actually, as a car carrier, you could put other vehicles on it. I have always been a big Ultra Magnus fan. Dan, where do you stand?
Yeah, I never liked him.
I knew it.
I
knew it.
I just, as a kid, I was like, I don't get it. I don't.
What?
I was like, why is it Optimus? Like, why I was like, this feels like a cheat to me, where they just took an Optimus Prime, stripped him of all the color, and then just like gave him a costume to put on. And you're just like, he's complete. All of the incidental articulation he has as Optimus is gone as Ultra Magnus. Like he can't move his legs. He has one stump.
The arms move.
Yeah. You know, he's got. I always did like he at least had a little hat. You know, his little mask that he put on. Dresses up as Ultra Magnus. And then as far as like a car carrier, like I mean, yeah, I guess he can carry two cars. He doesn't really look like a car carrier though. Like
kind of does.
Yeah. It never worked for me.
Like this looks like a car. Look, it has a whole little.
Does it?
Yeah,
on the bottom. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, bottom for sure. Okay, the top, yeah, not so much, but the bottom for sure.
Sure, yeah. And there's obviously you could find pictures of like Sideswipe, you know, being parked in there or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It made sense to me, like, oh yeah, of course, if there's another truck, if Optimus was going to be a different kind of truck, yeah, that makes sense that he would be a car carrier or whatever. But yeah, as a kid, it just did absolutely nothing for me.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And then later on, when you start to really analyze the logic of the movie, you're like, well, why did Optimus die but Ultra Magnus didn't? Like, they literally blew him into pieces and then put him back together.
Yeah.
Like, they just carried around his legs and stuff and put it back together. Like, what's the deal?
This is the new one we're selling. He has to live.
Yeah, I've never been an Ultra Magnus guy.
Interesting. Okay. No, I get it. To me, it's almost just like you're at the time, if you had a Twitter, you'd be like, hashtag not my Optimus.
Yeah,
Hashtag
exactly.
not my tractor trailer. Or whatever.
Yeah. No, I'm glad social media and all that stuff has not existed for most of my life, because I would have said a lot of very dumb things that I would have regretted, and at times would have been a super jerk. At times, not anymore.
Exactly. You mellowed out in your later years. All right. Last before we get into the Aerialbots, we got Wreck-Gar. A fun character in the movie. This is the one voiced by Eric Idle, right? Yeah. I've always dug him in the movie. His legs just sitting there.
Yeah, I know. You really can't not see his legs just sitting there. Yeah, that's a tough motorcycle.
Right, because it's just wild. Again, what toys from at this point 6 years ago or whatever did a better job than these are doing now.
Sure.
Which is wild.
It messes with scale, right? Like, obviously scale wasn't consistent back then and it didn't really matter. But Sideswipe, Sunstreaker, I almost said Jowl, Jazz Prowl. Jowls is
when they combine together, Jowl.
They were all, in scale to each other because they're all the same size car, and they fit in Optimus's trailer and whatever. And then you go, Megatron and Soundwave and those guys, obviously they're not going to be in scale. But then this motorcycle is like, wait, this is bigger than Sideswipe? Like, how do I play with that? How does that work? But I have to remind myself that if I saw this, if I was just walking through a toy store in Japan, didn't know anything about Transformers, didn't know anything about the connection to the mythology or what the character's name or whatever, I would think that was a pretty cool toy. Cool. A space motorcycle that turns into a guy. Neat. I don't know why when it becomes a Transformer that I'm like, nah, that doesn't really fit what I want from Transformers.
But I do think
that's a me problem.
No, I don't think you're alone in that, because I do think there is something to the scale thing, right? And again, it does kind of go all over the place, but there is at least with the Autobots, you've kind of built a canon in your young kid mind that, like, okay, this is about this size, and so it does make it weird that a motorcycle is that much bigger, but it's kind of neat. It feels very 70s, just the colors and just the design of it and everything. So anyways, Wreck-Gar, he's there. All right, Aerialbots. Again, this looks like it's made for Dan Larson.
It is. It really, really is. And I talked last time that I'd only ever gotten one of the Constructicons, and I didn't want just like one Aerialbot. I wanted all of Superion, and there was just no way I was going to get that box set, except for like maybe as a Christmas present or something. And there was always something I wanted a little bit more. I always have appreciated that the airplanes used here in Superion are actual airplanes. This F4 Phantom. The other one there was a F-15. Silverbolt is vaguely the Concorde.
Oh, yep. This is great having you as like an aviation expert. I don't know any of those names. What skydive? What he? Oh,
F-16.
I was just gonna say
F-16.
Didn't know that.
So I was huge into airplanes. I had every Christmas. That's a AV-8B Harrier. Every Christmas, every birthday, I would always get like a gift card for my grandparents for like B. Dalton books, Walden books, something like that. And every time I would go to the bookstore, I would get one of those like coffee table, like guide to aviation. And it's just all pictures of modern aircraft and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I knew I was always drawing these airplanes and, you know, again, my dad was in the Navy, and so I really appreciated that. Not only had they had given the Autobots airplanes,
That's
because
a big deal.
previously the only airplanes that were on the Autobots were like Power Glide. I think that's it. Maybe you can count Broadside now too.
Yeah.
But traditionally, jets were a
Jet.
Decepticon thing. So it was like, oh shoot, you know, now the Autobots actually have their own jets. They're based on real jets because that's still how it worked at the time. And you know, the individual robots, individual jets, pretty cool. Individual robots, pretty cool. Assembled version, pretty cool. You know, checks all the boxes. I just at the time, price wise, just wasn't something I was going to be getting.
But I'm curious. We'll get into. I'll save that for later. But I'm curious
because I'm pretty sure at the time, if I'm not mistaken, Kenner Mask was also hitting. Yeah. So Mask started at 85, 86. And I really liked Mask. I was still in G.I. Joe, still into Mask. There were so many other lines, Centurion, Sectar, all this other stuff that was out there that I was collecting. So, you know, something's got to go last.
Superion wasn't that bad, but maybe I'm just like not adjusting it for inflation. Any guesses on what Superion was?
I see. I don't know. I would guess, what is it, 6 guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Guys, yeah.
I mean, they got to be at least $10 a piece. I would guess somewhere around $60.
No, just $26.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well.
So let me just do the math real quick. 1986. Just do like a 27 even. Calculate. So $80. That's not cheap. That's not cheap.
That's cheap.
That's spending.
Yeah. But no, I definitely would have thought it was more than that.
But still pretty slick. I've had a few of these. I've never had all of them. I kind of want to get all of these now. This one I think I need in my collection.
Yeah, you got to be tough. You got to be careful with Silverbolt.
Is he the one that
he's the one that tends to be the most fragile?
Poor Silverbolt.
And he's the core thing. He's the torso. Oh, he's the torso and upper thighs.
I think I got a Silverbolt.
Yeah,
I think I got one somewhere. But what part breaks on him? Do you know?
The like the hinges for the legs. He's got a little bit of gold plastic in there, like chromed out, you know, plastic.
That will break over time. But yeah, the Aerialbots and Superion. Then we got the Protectobots. What are your thoughts on the Protectobots?
Pretty cool. You know, it was really obvious at the time that Devastator had been, you know, very popular and sold very well, that they were like, how many different versions of this can we come up with? You know, and I think even at the time I was like, Protectobots, really? Protectobots? All right, whatever. Like, I get it, but didn't have any of the individual bots years before I actually had any of them or the complete thing. He's fine. They sort of become a formula, you know, like you just swap out one for the other, and they have the, like, you know, plastic snap-on feet and the plastic snap-on hands, and you know.
Yeah. No, they're fun.
And I absolutely was not watching the show at this point, because I know that all of these characters, you know, the combiners do appear on the cartoon, and I have no memory of that.
Yeah, no. That's fun. Again, I'm guessing these were around that same price, $80 for all of them. Grew.
I would guess, yeah. No, I remember seeing the like box sets, you know, on the shelves.
Motorcycle.
Messing with the scale again.
And then I had this one. I know I had this one.
Yeah. Streetwise.
Yeah. All right, and then we got our mini vehicles. We got Hubcap, which is just what? It's a yellow.
I think that's a yellow cliff jumper, basically, kind of. I don't know if it's the exact same car.
It looks just all damn near close to it, but maybe they're saying it's something else. I don't know. It's got the orange face.
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't have been something I would have bought at that point, because I had a Bumblebee, I had a cliff jumper, and there's no way any trip to the store or anything I would have said like, oh, I want another one of those.
Outback's kind of like a fun little desert Jeep.
Yeah, he's a repainted Brawn.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those ones that still has the M on the hood.
Yeah. From
Mysterians.
It's fun.
And he's got that blaster on top that Brawn doesn't have.
Yep, I dig.
Kind of looks like a little version of Megatron's cannon.
Oh yeah, it does actually. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
I dig his face. Also, I guess they packaged him in
robot mode, yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't happen that often, right?
Off the top of my head, I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
He's fine. Yeah, he's got a different face, repainted brawn. Again, I think at this point I was definitely old enough to recognize, like, all right, we're just doing repaints.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Also, Dana, are all my tabs stressing you out right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can hear your PC just like grinding.
No, it's just as a Mac Mini. It's the size of like a coaster. It's just doing.
Yeah.
It's not even hot. It's not even hot. My Mac Mini.
Well, this is the future, so you can probably have 30, 40, 50 tabs open at once.
And then we've got Pipes,
repainted Huffer.
Yep. And then we've got Swerve.
So it's neat, you know, like it's not like now if you miss something, you just hop on eBay, Amazon's going to have it in stock for 2 years or whatever, you know. But at the time it was like, oh neat, you know, I didn't get Huffer.
Yes.
Huffer's not available anymore.
You're right.
You could get Pipes. I missed, you know, Cliff Jumper. Now you can get Hubcap. I missed whatever.
No, you're 100% right. I think that element, to me, that was very much why I didn't mind repaints, because if I missed out on one, that was your chance to get them. Because
and you know, and they made some effort. You know, Outback has the gun that Huffer didn't have. He has a different face. You know, there are some changes there. They are unique characters.
So I think that's fun. And then we got Wheelie, which this is the one like really new one. I had this one.
He's in the movie. He's from the movie.
Yes. But I have
really annoying.
I have never liked this one.
No, it's not. It's not
like, what is this?
It's not good.
His head's tucked in there.
Yeah, it's not good. Like Space Car, I guess it's fine as a space car, but as a toy, it's not. He looks like a little monkey guy. It's not good. It's terrible. I like that he has 2 Autobot symbols right next to each other.
I'm gonna claw at you. I was like probably 3 or 4 when I was like, this is silly. No one's gonna be afraid of this guy. What is this?
Yeah. Give it to a little 3-year-old Jay, and you're like, is this a joke? You don't respect me enough to get me a real Transformer? What is this? You take this back to the store.
Yes,
you get me Broadside.
Have some respect.
2 modes. This is 1986. 3 modes minimum.
All right, we got some cassette 2-packs.
Yeah.
This is okay. Now, I'm kind of bummed that I didn't buy these when they were cheap, because they're kind of. I was at John's shop actually this weekend. He had this one. And I was like, oh, I like that. I was like, oh, $30 now.
Vintage.
What's that? Oh yeah, vintage.
Oh wow, okay.
Had a pretty good vintage setup.
Yeah.
But you're Mr. Cassettes.
Love them. Yes, all on board.
On Ramhorn.
Autobot, Decepticon, don't care. Give me all the tapes. Love these guys. Absolutely loved them. This one and Steeljaw the Lion both felt very Ravage-y to me. They kind of had those same kind of Ravage kind of legs. The transformation is almost identical. Head flips out, tail flips out. You know, 4 legs, 4 multi-jointed legs flip down. Snap the weapons on the side. Absolutely loved Ramhorn. Absolutely stole him. It was Ramhorn and Eject. Love the 2 of them.
Okay,
absolutely stole both of them. Shoplifted is that's softer than stole. Didn't care for these robot modes, the way they transformed. They've got those weird like Popeye arms.
Yes. Yep.
Kind of still similar to Frenzy and Rumble in that, you know, the head pops up, the legs flip out. But I never liked the way they handled the arms. I like that they cut a different silhouette in robot mode.
Correct.
But decidedly less die-cast parts as well. You know, Rumble and Frenzy had those die-cast feet.
Yep.
And bits.
These guys didn't.
But they're still sharp-looking robots.
Yeah. Pretty solid. I like this one more with Rewind. And
again, it felt like the Autobots, you know, had finally come up with an answer for Soundwave. Like they had Blaster, and now they had their own crew of little tape guys.
Steeljaw's sick.
Love Steeljaw. Love that it takes it from being a lion to being more like a griffin with those wings. We put the wings on. And like I said with Ravage, like I feel like later versions of both of those characters, all of these tapes, just they don't capture that sort of silhouette, that character of, you know, like I want those big rockets on Ravage. I want these big wings on Steeljaw, you know? Like there's this effort to make the weapons part of the thing so you don't have to add them on. They're already included when you transform them. It's like no, let's just go back to giant snap-on weapons.
Well, you know, it's funny. So I was at John's shop, and for if people don't know, I'm talking about like longtime host of when we did I did a live stream on Geek Dad Life. Johnny has his own toy shop, and he had the Blockies Soundwave. So I bought the Blockies Soundwave. I've also realized like I just
finish it yet?
I did. I finished it.
Okay.
I did finish it.
Heard you complaining about it.
Yeah, on my live stream, I was complaining about it. I came to realization like, okay, I'm just not a model guy, and that's fine. But I finished it, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I think it is a phenomenal toy.
Other than the giant hands.
Yes, the hands.
Yeah.
But I didn't even realize they could articulate, or some of them have articulated, but I can't get some of them to.
Yeah, no, the fingers, as long as you have them positioned correctly and they're not backwards, every single joint on every single finger
must have something backwards. That must be what I did wrong.
It's
I think the pinky wasn't going.
Yeah, you got to be careful because it really feels like you are just going to destroy that thing. But you really got to give it some oomph to get each of those knuckles to bend.
But the was it the Ravage, or you shared last time
yeah
just so tiny.
Yeah, I mean the rockets are tiny. He's got some chunk to him.
Oh, he does. But
the rockets, are just so tiny, and there's no excuse for that because this doesn't transform.
Exactly.
Like you could have made those rockets huge, and it wouldn't have mattered.
Because I while I was doing, I was like, hey, Dan's right. I was like, wait, it doesn't. There's no limitations of like the transform. Just bigger
rockets. Makes no sense.
But no, I definitely appreciate it. But I that may be the only one I do. Maybe if they do Ultra Magnus, then I'll get another Blocky, maybe. And luckily I'm a guitar player, so my finger are all calloused and numb, like hardened. So I didn't mind. Everyone's saying, "Oh, your finger's gonna really hurt." It's like, "Oh no,
not mine."
Yeah, do this all day. Which I did. It took like, okay, am I just a dunce? It took me like 5 hours.
No. It definitely took me a while to put the thing together. Like you could put it all together in one sitting, but it is not a passive thing. Like you can't be like watching a show and doing it. Otherwise it's going to take you forever. Like there are some small pieces and, you know, some people might care more about like trimming the little, you know, bits off the sprue and whatever. And you do got to kind of be careful and follow the instructions. So, you know, it's a project. It took me probably, I don't know, 4 or 5, you know, sittings to complete it.
Yeah. But also it's just like, it was the first time I like, I don't know if my eyes are up to the task. So I had like a little flashlight. Is that a 36 or a 34?
Yeah, there's a few Gundam kits that I've put together recently that I was like, these parts are too small. I can't handle them with my adult human fingers.
But back to Steeljaw, he's badass. He's really cool.
Absolutely legend. Absolute legend.
Yeah, it looks great.
And later on, and I don't know the whole mythology behind it. I don't know if it's shattered glass thing or whatever, but later on, there's a black version of Steeljaw. It's that same exact mold. It's just black like Ravage, and it looks so good in black.
Oh dang, yeah,
so good in black.
I'll have to keep an eye out for that one. That'd be slick. I got Frenzy.
He's reissue with Rat-Bat, I think. Yeah,
exactly.
I think the difference is he comes with gold weapons instead of silver.
I love gold. Rat-Bat included with that bloke.
He's adorable. His little ears. Love him. He's got those like radar, sonar, blaster things on his back.
Yeah, he's fun.
And I just love the transformation. I love the little finger that folds out from the tip of his wings. I love the little ears, his little feet, his little face, and then the way his wings open up and give it some articulation and some character. Yeah.
I love that.
He perches so nicely. Love Rat-Bat. I love that there was like another, like, it wasn't just, you know, Blaster's going to get a whole crew of new tapes. Like they didn't have to do anybody new for Soundwave, but the fact that they threw out Rat-Bat was just so nice. And then of course there's more tapes coming.
That purple is so glorious.
Yeah.
Glorious.
Yeah. So as much as I wasn't really in on Transformers in general, cassettes I was still absolutely in love with. And the fact that they were free, you could just walk into any store and just take them. I mean, what more do you want?
It was just so easy. Okay, so shoplifting 101 with Dan Larson. So what was your approach to the metally chrome bits? Like what was
It's so easy, man. That's all just one. That's one clam. That's one blister carded shell thing there. And so you just, like I said, you take it. Like I don't know if stores really have it that much, but there used to be those like wire like bins kind of at the bottom.
You've mentioned that before.
Yeah, and then in the middle of the aisle, sometimes like down on the end, there'd be like that big clearance one that was just like, you know, 4-sided wire thing, and they just dump them in there, like dozens, hundreds of them. They just dump them in there to clear that stuff out. And yeah, I would just grab one of these, and either I'm walking around with it, just kind of picking at it, you know, like, oh, it's over here. Hey, where's my mom? Yeah, let's walk over here, look at some magazines or whatever. You're just picking at it. And then, you know, yeah, you kind of dip it into a bin, let those pieces fall into your hand, bring it back out, you know, walk around, just kind of slip some stuff in your pocket. You know, whatever. Maybe I'm not gonna buy this. And then you take the empty package back and just throw it into the bin. Worked every time.
Never got caught.
Nope.
So much fun. All right, let's move on to the Decepticons. And we got our first futuristic flying vehicle, Cyclonus. Okay. Thoughts on this futuristic
cool jet? Very, very cool jet. Love the jet mode. Robot mode, not really that great.
Robot mode's terrible. This it kind of has that conquest, you know, reverse.
Yeah.
Called in aviation when it's the wings are going backwards. Is that a thing?
I don't remember if there's actually a term for it. But yeah, the X-29 is the real airplane that has the pointed forward wings.
Does that give you more maneuverability? Like, why would a plane do that?
That was supposed to be the idea of it. Yeah, it was that forward swept wing allowed it to turn and to, you know, cut the air faster, you know, more radically. I'm not even sure how to describe it. But as I understand it, what happened was two things. One, the air, you know, going over those wings, it's just that's not an ideal design for something that flies.
Sure.
So it was computer aided flying, right? Like the computer is constantly doing calculations to keep that thing level and in the air. And the turbulence over those wings, because it's not a proper sort of, it's not
there's no
streamlined. They flex. The wings would flex in air, and like especially when it would turn and stuff, those things would be flexing. And they were like, maybe this ain't the best design for an airplane.
Damn. Looks cool.
But in space, it doesn't matter.
It's no resistance up there. No, I agree. The robot mode that's terrible. The head's kind of cool. Like just
it's got some articulation.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he looks like a kid wearing his like dad's clothes or something, you know, like those fists are so big. They don't even look like fists. They look like sleeves that are just down too far, you know, like they're at his knees.
And yet you don't even like see, I guess you can kind of see that their hands a little bit, but
yeah,
no,
it's rough. It's
not great. It's not great.
It's like, you know, as a music person, you can appreciate that, you know, there was a time where if you were spending your own money on like a tape or a CD or record, whatever, there was a minimum number of songs you wanted to like.
Correct.
Before you would actually commit to, all right, I'm going to spend $10 on this CD or whatever. It's got to have at least six out of these 8 songs better be good.
Correct.
And, you know, Transformers, it's like, I need at least one really solid mode. And the other mode's at least got to be passable. And I think Cyclonus hits that. You know, this robot mode is passable because the vehicle mode is so cool. But it was one I never owned.
No, I love it's funny. Kids today will never understand, but like, yeah, or sometimes I just would desperately want a song so bad that I would just say, I just have to eat the cost of all these other songs I don't care about.
You can sit there and wait till you can tape it off the radio.
Right. Yeah, which I would do.
Same.
I just remember one, it was Santo and Johnny's Sleepwalk, and I just was obsessed with that song. And it was like, what am I, a kid in the 90s wanting some song from the 60s or whatever?
Yeah. I think is that on the La Bamba soundtrack, I think.
Well, is it? I know it's from that movie. But I just remember I looked everywhere and I had to buy some like compilation CD disc that had a bunch of other crap I didn't care about. But then once Napster came around, I was like, oh my God, I can just get any song I want at any time.
Yeah.
It was revolutionary.
Absolutely.
Also, kids won't remember the mislabeled songs back in the Napster era.
Oh yeah. It's not on the Alabama soundtrack.
Okay, then all right, good. Then if it was, I'm like, damn, if I could have just gotten where it couldn't find Sleepwalk by Santo and Johnny. And people are like, what the hell is that song? You know it. You know the song.
You know the song. Yeah.
Once you hear like, oh, that song.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just want to feel really sad to sing guitar. All right, Galvatron, the replacement for Megatron. Does it succeed, Dan?
Not for me. No, not even close. I mean, you could say maybe it has a better robot mode than Megatron, but
he's got abs, a 4-pack.
He does have abs. He's got a 4-pack rolling there. But you know, gun mode, cannon mode, whatever you want to call it. No. The straight up Walther P-38. You can't run out on the playground with this thing.
This is terrible.
You guys are playing guns. Yeah, no, you can't take that outside. People laugh at you. Yeah.
I mean, it objectively looked kind of cool in the movie.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But it doesn't look like this.
No, this is not good.
It's just a brick of plastic. Yeah. His legs are just sitting here on the back end of this gun, and the treads are way too small.
No, the whole thing is just like squeeze his legs in, squeeze his head in, rotate his arms, and you're done.
Yeah. And it's not. I kind of think the sparkly plastic for the
that's cool. Yeah,
it's kind of neat.
So, there was I don't know if it really happens that much anymore. And trust me, I'm in the toy aisle a lot. Back then, there would always be like some kid or I don't know, somebody would have opened one.
Sure.
And it would just be like sitting there on a shelf, you know, in the toy aisle. And I remember there being one of these sitting there. So I was like, oh, cool. I can take a crack at it, try to transform it or whatever, see if it's a good toy. And even then I remember being like, this is not good. I don't like this at all.
Like this gun mode is terrible. Like should get a handle and
it's not even a cool looking gun. No,
it's terrible.
It's bad. Yeah.
The treads are just sitting up here for some reason.
And I don't know if that's partially like well, kids aren't guns aren't toys anymore. We don't want it to look like a real gun. So this
in 86 was that the case?
I mean, that's probably still a little early for that, but I don't know. It never impressed me. And just in the cartoons, I never liked the look of Galvatron over Megatron.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, God, Megatron's such an iconic look. And just to say this is the same guy, this is a new look, like, just kind of a big miss. And you see we're like, okay, we want to make sure we still have the hand, the cannon, like there's just beats there that are similar.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting, you know. Optimus is you change the guard on the Autobots by, you know, replacing the leader. You know, let's tell the story of a new leader. And on the Decepticons, you change the guy into a new version of the same guy, which is interesting.
Yeah. Yep. So there you go. Galvatron. Meh. Gnaw. One of the little
Sharkticons.
Yeah. I've never owned one, but I've always appreciated the whatever this mode is. It's
Sharkticon. Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. And you know, for all the slack I give them for unrecognizable fantasy vehicle modes, the fantasy beast mode, pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, robot frog monster thing.
Yeah.
Neat.
With like, you know,
not the kind of thing that you would usually expect to see, because they were always like non-transformer robots. You know, we were talking about the guys that get eaten up at the beginning of the movie there.
Yeah.
They never made those guys.
No.
You know. So it was interesting to see this as like he's not a car, he's not a truck, he's not a boat, he's not a gun. He's this weird monster thing. He's more like a Dinobot, you know, or the Insecticons. You know, he fits in with that group of characters.
Agreed. And I just love I've always loved the kind of, you know, Jaws from James Bond with
the
the chromed out
steel teeth. Yeah. Yeah, and it's a decent robot mode and a decent critter mode there.
Pretty solid.
Never had one though. It wasn't the kind of thing that I was like, oh, I gotta have that.
Then we got Octane, a
pretty good triple changer. Yeah, definitely feels like that generation 1 as opposed to those later triple changers.
Yeah, so we've got robot mode, pretty solid. Legs are little, but you kind of have some definition there.
Not the flashiest
No.
modes.
So it's an oil tanker, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oil tanker and then like a airliner, like
yeah.
a
What's the other? Yeah. It's like
yeah.
a Boeing
Yeah, just
747
like
or
a
whatever.
passenger jet, not super exciting. But the way those wings turn into that like V on his back in robot mode is really good.
Yeah, agreed.
Plus that like wheel just sticking up on the top of the airplane, just incidentally, to try to make the modes work is kind of weird.
I always thought of it as like, they have a little like satellite kind of antenna thing.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
I've always justified it in my mind.
Right.
Or like when limousines would have that, like, oh, that's they're watching TV.
Yeah.
That's a
They've
TV
got a
antenna.
phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yes. My grandma had a cell phone back in the day, and I thought it was the most amazing thing ever. One of those Carphos, like the big brick.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a runabout. What's your thoughts on Runabout?
Don't love these. I think weren't these like auto changers or something? Like you pull them back and they
Paddle
stand
chargers.
up. Yeah, I didn't care for these.
This guy
Just too simple. Feels a little go body, and I love go bots.
Yeah. No, it's the arms kind of just flaps out to be the arms.
Yeah, no, this definitely fits with the jump starters, twin twist, and top spin.
Yep. Then you got Runamuck.
Same. Yeah.
Same thing. Just in white. The black's cooler, I think. And then you got Scourge. Everyone's favorite boat thing.
Yeah, space boat thing, shoe, whatever he's supposed to be. Didn't love it. Nice colors.
Yeah, and robot mode's okay. I think robot mode's all right.
Robot mode's pretty good. One of those few Transformers that has facial hair. But again, the vehicle mode, it's just like this feels like cheating because you're not trying to make it into something real.
Yeah.
Like it can just be whatever shape you want it to be.
But the thing is like it has the cup problem, I think, which is like it feels unfinished. It feels just like this is the front of a boat, maybe, or there's nothing on top of the boat, or it's like a hoverboard or something.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. And it's a shell former, like just put them all in this thing and close the panels.
Yeah, exactly. And that feels cheap too.
Yeah.
That definitely feels cheap. But he's kind of like he's one of those. Dare I say iconic? I feel like he's one of those ones that gets made a lot.
He is absolutely iconic. He's definitely one of the characters that has a legacy past the 80s. His appearance in the 86 movie, and then the episodes after that.
But yeah, there's Scourge. And then Trypticon. I currently own a Trypticon. I didn't own it at the time. But the evil city that's a big old T-Rex. I love this guy.
Yes.
Did you ever have in those old 80s like cheapo T-Rexes that would like walk, and just do the big
Nope. I had some Zoids. I had Zoids. A couple of Zoids. He reminds me of Zoids.
Definitely has some Zoids vibes to him. But yeah, no, Trypticon's amazing. I love the color scheme. But Dan, what's your Trypticon thoughts?
He's great. Never had him as a kid. Definitely something I didn't have until I was older, when I was actually like dealing toys and stuff. Fantastic toy. Just take it out of Transformers, it's still a really cool thing. Love the translucent parts. Love that it can walk, and also that doesn't really limit its ability to transform, and have a pretty cool base mode as far as base modes go. Like I would take this over Metroplex every single time.
Agreed. I love the little domes, plastic things. It's like, oh, it's like a little city under a dome.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Whatever's in there is too precious to allow anyone to touch it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's a weird take, but remember the band Boston?
Yeah.
And their album covers were always like the guitar,
UFOs and stuff.
Yeah, it was like a domed city in it.
Yeah.
And I was just those album covers always used to fascinate me as a kid. I was like, oh man, what happened? The Earth is blowing up, and these guitars are leaving. Anyway, it's the 70s, or but this kind of reminds me of that. Just like, oh, what little city? Why does it have to have a dome or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway,
yeah, no, I would have loved this as a kid, and I was big into all the tiny little Transformers micro stuff for sure. So I would have spent days with this thing.
And the dinosaur mode is slick. It's so cool. It's so cool. This one had to be expensive. I gotta see the price on this one real quick. Let's just see prices for old Trypticon. Good lord, there's so many bloody figures. Where are you, Trypticon? Command F. Trip. Where'd you go? Oh, no, Trip.
Spelling it right. TRY.
Oh, that's where I meant tripped. Oh, shoot. Any guesses on Trypticon
original price?
Original retail price.
The Aerialbots were 25?
20, 26, 27.
So, I mean, I guess he's got to be at least 50.
Yeah, 50, 49.99.
Yeah.
Holy schmoly. $147.
It's so crazy when you think the original retail price of the flag was like $100.
That is, yeah. Oh,
half a flag.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, like to the economies of scale, like your flag, it's a bed.
Yeah,
you can sleep on that thing.
Yeah.
And this in turn, it's a sizable toy.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, but I could see a parent like, well, I could get this thing, and it's way more stuff for the same price.
Absolutely.
All right, and then we got our Combaticons. What's your thoughts on Combaticons?
Same as the other
bad guy
combiners. Pretty cool.
Space shuttle's neat.
Makes sense for once you started theme and variation here. It's like, well, we got Protectobots, we got Combaticons, all these war vehicles of war, like tanks and stuff. Colors are great. Never owned it as a kid. Didn't have one until years later.
Yeah, Onslaught's fun. Who's the combo? What's his name? Is the Vortex? No,
Bruticus.
Oh,
the combined mode is Bruticus.
Yeah. Where is he not here?
I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see a picture for the combined mode there.
Yeah, maybe Combaticons. No Bruticus. Anyway,
not right there. No, it was right there.
Oh, where did I have it?
In the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Decepticon Super Warrior there. Yeah. That's the G2 version.
Oh, shoot.
Right above that link was the regular version.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
There you go.
I did it.
Hey.
I don't like this full combined mode as much.
That's not a good picture of him. That's not on his. He didn't get his picture taken on his best day.
Didn't get his haircut before.
No. Because he's got the head is cool. He's got the tank, sort of double tank turret on his back, and but I also don't like some of these start to sort of cheat where the legs are part of the torso and the feet, everything just kind of snaps on. And it was the same way with Devastator, where it's just like, just plug all the vehicles in vehicle mode. Maybe a foot flips out, maybe a hand attaches or something. That's just sort of what they were.
Yeah.
But I would probably rank this third for me. I mean, you got to put Devastator has to go first. He's the original.
Exactly.
For me, Superior would be second. This would be third.
Yeah, no, I agree. This one's better than the whatever that other one was.
Protectobots.
But yeah, nope, pretty solid. And then we got our Predacons. What's your Predacon thoughts?
Interesting, because this one was so much beefier than the others. Everything else is like these small cars, small jets and stuff. These are some pretty substantial sized, like, individual robots. They're heavy. That whole finished piece is a big, hefty, chunky, beefy thing.
I've never held one before.
It's big.
I mean, he's a chunky boy.
It is. There's too much going on there. Like, proportions wise, we're looking at the combined Predaking mode, and that middle torso piece, like every limb is as big as every other limb and is as big as the torso, and it just it does not, it's not a good silhouette for the finished piece. There's too much stuff on him.
There's been like updates to him though that kind of make this combined look pretty solid.
But yeah, one of my friends had this, and I remember seeing it, just being like, and like I didn't even know it existed. I was just like, what even is that?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? And he's like, oh, it's Transformers. And I was like, wow.
And it has this like old Tampa Bay Buccaneers kind of thing going on with the bright yellow and bright orange, and um it's pretty solid. I was this guy on the show? I don't remember.
I have no idea. No idea.
But I know of him now, obviously.
Sure.
The well-known combiner. But yeah, the full Predacon though kind of looks a mess.
Yeah.
But I think if they would have, right sized the center, the torso, or whatever.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be bigger. And like so many combiners, the individual robot modes, their limb mode, and their vehicle, or in this case, animal alt mode, just feel like bricks with arms and legs sticking off of them.
Yep. And also, it's kind of weird. The heads of all the other ones are still there, so he's just got all these heads looking out.
Interesting again, though, that it's animal modes instead of vehicle modes, because the real backlash from G1 to Beast Wars is this whole like animal thing. It definitely was for me,
Yeah.
But there's something about the fact that they're still robot looking animals that still worked for my 10-year-old brain. That organic animals just did not work for me when they got to that point.
Get out of here, organic animals. You're not fooling me.
Fur and skin on a Transformer? Doesn't even make sense.
But yeah, you got Predacons, and then we got the Stunticons.
Lamborghini. Countach right there. Breakdown.
Does this like in your Countach completism, does this one qualify?
No, I've never owned this one.
No.
It's cool. I would love to have one. I mean, in and of itself, it's basically the same as like a little GoBot, Countach.
Sure, yeah.
But I just have never owned this one.
Mode. All right, what does he turns into? What does he turn into? What's his?
It is Menasor.
Menasor?
Yep, right there.
Oh, wait, no. Is that it? Oh.
Oh, the combined mode? Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I've had this one.
Yeah. It's 4 cars and a truck.
It's terrible. I hate it. But I do love the truck mode. Which one's that guy? Is it Motormaster?
Yeah, Motormaster.
Yeah, Motormaster. Motormaster's
cool. He looks like an evil Optimus Prime.
Exactly. That's why I always dug him.
And unlike Optimus Prime, he incorporates the trailer into the transformation of his robot mode.
Even though it's kind of whatever, but I dig him.
Asking a lot. He is technically, all of these guys are triple changers.
Yes. But I've always dug Motormaster for sure. But the main guy, he's just I'm not a huge fan.
It's not great. It really just looks like you attached 4 cars to a brick.
Yeah.
And we're like, it's done.
And then what always ticked me off as well is the feet didn't align perfully.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah.
And they just kind of the asymmetry there. And sometimes I'm fine with asymmetry, but like this one, it just makes me itch. Like, just move it over.
It's done. Ship it.
Fine. Kids don't care.
They won't even notice. If they do, what are they gonna do?
An elf where it's just like, it's missing the last 3 pages of the book. It's a book about a pigeon. Who cares? Just skip it. Like, whatever. Feels like that level. And then last we got our mail order figures here. We got Spectro.
Reflector.
Oh, yeah, Reflector. Why did I say Spectro?
That's the individual robot's name.
Oh, but Reflector is the camera. Were you a fan of Reflector?
Very cool. Never owned it. I had one friend who had it. The mail order is such a barrier to entry for a lot of kids. Trying to convince your parents to go through with that whole thing, pay the money, save the whatever you have to save, Transformers points or whatever. I don't know if that was part of it. And then, good God, the wait. 6 to 8 weeks, 6 to 8 months, 6 to 8 years is what it felt like.
A lifetime. I might even like Transformers by the time this thing arrived.
And that's probably what my mom said. I like Transformers. Very cool. Throwback to the early G1 days. Throwback to all of that pre-Transformers stuff. Really great camera mode.
Camera's great.
Got the lens on the front, the flash, the shutter button there. Really awesome. And then like 2 of the Transformers kind of look similar, and then the middle guy is a little bit different, and just neat. Just really, really neat. 3 good figures in a good 3 good robots and a good complete combined mode.
Yep.
Definitely my wife Kate's favorite Transformer of all time. She's big
Oh,
into
yeah?
cameras. Loves cameras. Yeah.
I love that.
So
No, I was a big camera kid or photography kid, and then even through high school. So I had a Canon AE1 and a Canon A1. Those are my 2. And they were hand-me-downs, but I loved those cameras. So yeah, just seeing this style of camera, that old SLR style kind of thing.
Yeah.
It brings back a lot of memories. A lot of memories.
Yeah, it's just one of those elements of G1 Transformers that isn't always there. They sometimes sort of go back to it here and there in different lines, where the part of the toy value, part of the play value is having the full size thing, gun, microscope, camera, whatever it is. And this really, even at this point, felt like a little bit of a throwback to the previous years of Transformers.
Yep. No, agreed. Agree completely. And I believe that wraps up 1986. We did it, Dan. When we looked at this, as we're getting like, oh my God, it's 100 million figures. But we did it.
Fortunately, a lot of them were combiners, and we could just say like, yep, copy paste, let's go on.
So 86, we for both of us, it was kind of a unique thing, but as we're wrapping up our thoughts here, what's your final thoughts on 86?
It was a transition year for me, transitioning away, like I really, for as many as I might have owned in 84 and 85, this year it was really just like Broadside and the tapes. Like I scrolling back through this list real quick, I think that's really all I had. There were so many other toys that I was collecting, and these particular designs just did not appeal to me in the same way that previous years of Transformers did,
I think that's the big thing, is just like, I understand you need to refresh the line, but the majority of the ones that they're refreshing with were just uninspiring.
Yeah.
And so even take away the controversy of killing off your childhood heroes to bring in new guys. If you're gonna do that, you got to bring in cool.
Yeah. 2 years later, you got to up the quality, not reduce
exactly.
it.
Dudes and dudettes to like make it, and then we don't even have the one lady that we got added to the toy line.
Yeah, no, that's true. Coming soon, still.
Yeah, exactly. And so it is it's kind of, but it does have that feel of the execs like, oh, it's a Transformer, the kids will like it, who gives a crap,
Absolutely.
That's kind of there. But 86 is such a like, because Motu's kind of transitioning out. I think GI Joe's really the only thing that kind of stays strong with us kids, right? And kind of still hangs with this new generation of what will become real Ghostbusters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and all of that stuff of the back half of the 80s. But it really comes down to, like, if they could have had more hot rods or just more cool design.
Yeah. So I have I think I've mentioned it on previous episodes. I have a toy year chart. Right?
Yes,
that's
exactly.
What breaks down what was on the shelves. 86 is absolutely the most congested year of the 80s. On the shelves, you have the last year of Kenner's Star Wars is still out there.
That's wild.
Masters of the Universe, GI Joe, GoBots, Transformers, DC Superpowers is on shelves.
Yep.
Depending on the stores, you might have still seen Sectars, Jason the Wheeled Warriors, Manglores, Converters. The Nintendo has come out.
Oh,
this is
NES.
the first year of Genesis. Thundercats are on
Genesis
shelves.
Is 86,
according to my chart,
or the Master System.
Oh, probably Master System. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Genesis is a couple years later.
Yeah, Genesis is like 89.
Yeah.
That's 16-bit. That was a whole new world.
Thundercats are still on shelves. Mask, Muscle, Centurions, and Humanoids. Robotech, Bionic 6, Brave Star, and Laser Tag.
That's insane.
Good luck capturing the audience.
And they brought out Blur and Broadside.
Yeah, you are 1 year away. 87, you get Visionaries, Air Raiders, Spiral Zone, Bone Age, Micro Machines starts, Battle Beast, Captain Power.
Yep.
And the Real Ghostbusters.
At your favorite toy line.
Yeah. That's right. Just check out a toys. If this is what toys are now, I'm not interested anymore.
When did your childhood die? Real Ghostbusters.
Yeah. It was Dan Aykroyd, or a facsimile thereof.
Oh my goodness. Well, that will wrap up 86, but there's still like 3 years 87, 88. No, 87, 88, 89, and 90.
Yeah, my chart takes G1 to 90. Yeah.
And so we got more things to dig into. Luckily, we got at least Ken's gonna be joining us a later year expert. We're working on a couple other guests that will hopefully kind of help fill in the gaps, because we're going into territory I have no idea really what comes. I probably some I know, but like really ones I have no idea. So it should be fun.
Absolutely.
We'll learn. All of us will learn something. Maybe
you've seen all the toys before. It's just that the density of like actual stories we have to tell about things we actually owned or experienced is going to get fewer and fewer.
I'm gonna get my Dairy Queen ready to go.
Yeah. There's gonna have one whole episode with just 20 minutes of like images just scrolling on screen, and Jay and I are just not here. Just there you go, chat. Whatever you want.
This runs the one. Anyway, all right. Well, that will do it for this episode. Again, big thanks to Allison Troy, who does our research. And we'll see you all next time. Hasta luego and goodbye.
Later.